Hi everyone, hope you're having a good day wherever it is that you are. I'm out and about and I just wanted to offer some really quick thoughts with respect to the SpaceX IPO that's happened today. Clearly it's gone as mad as people thought it would, right? It opened at, I think it was $135 a share. When I checked my phone just before I came out, we were looking at about $175, $180 a share, which is massive really, compared to what it was. I think we're up at about 28% on the day. I thought about long and hard when I decided not to take part in the IPO as an investor, whether I should do it as a trader. Because clearly, when you've got that kind of price movement, it becomes a really attractive day trading option, right? But I decided not to do it again. And let me just unpack for you very briefly some of the reasons why I personally decided that wasn't for me. Firstly, there isn't very much of a float in reality. When you look at what's happening with respect to the amount of shares that are out and about for SpaceX at the moment, there's only a very small percentage of the overall stock available to trade on the open market. And that backs up when it comes to liquidity. And by liquidity, I mean the liquidity of the shares themselves. If you've got lots of people all trying to pile in, buying and selling on not very many shares, and you're day trading, the exact price that you're entering and exiting the trade at really matters. And so there's a very good chance that even if you think you've got a brilliant technical setup, by the time you've placed the buy order and it's actually executed, and likewise the same with the sell order, there's a very real possibility that you're not going to get the price that you thought you were going to get when you placed the order or tried to close the order in the first instance, meaning that you end up massively overpaying. Secondly, initial liquidity is the biggest part of the market during the day. So the vast majority of the big buying and selling has already happened. And if I'm looking to trade, I need momentum in the setup for the stock before I can execute the sell order, right? Yes, it's up 25-30% on the day, but the vast majority of that buying and selling to get it there happened. And it happened within the first 30 minutes to an hour of it going live. And as I've already explained, because there aren't many shares there and are available, it makes it really, really difficult to get any kind of return unless I decide to do the order on leverage, which is another thing in itself altogether, right? Yes, if I'd have done a long on a high leverage, I'd probably be clapping my hands and thanking myself for a really good job well done today, right? But the reality is that a lot of people, let's be honest, they don't know what they're doing. They completely over-leverage themselves and they start to panic when they've missed the real buying pressure to take the price up, and there's a very real possibility that they end up holding it for an extended period of time or even getting liquidated. That's probably not going to happen today unless you've bought it for some absolute reason at the absolute top. And inevitably there will have been somebody out there that's bought it at 25-30% on the open, probably 10x the leverage, hoping they were going to make a massive life-changing return with money that they probably can't afford. And now we are there or thereabouts, either at or below the entry level, having lost all the price momentum on the day. So that's why I chose to stay away from trading. I'm still staying away from the investing side of it, to be honest with you, for a little bit longer yet. Yeah, fantastic business, and I don't think anyone's doubting that. There are some questions, of course, over revenue and profitability. But before you pile in, let me just share this thought with you. The books, the brokers, everybody said, NASDAQ, whoever, said that the correct price for SpaceX today, based on all the business conditions that are available and all the information we have on it, is $135. That's the fair price. I challenge you to tell me what business conditions have changed significantly in the last 4 or 5 hours or however long it is that it's been open to make it all of a sudden worth considerably more, 30%, 20%, whatever it is, than what it was at the open. There's a very real possibility that a lot of people have bought it either on the way up during the day or at the very top that could find themselves holding a considerable loss for an extended period of time. Guys, inevitably, this FOMO cycle is going to burn itself out quite quickly, and there's a very real possibility, especially if you bought on leverage, that you're going to get liquidated or you're going to end up holding that loss. Not saying don't buy it. You do you, and if people are right with some of their longer term predictions, you could make a really serious return on SpaceX. If it was me and I'd have done things differently, which was sit on the sidelines for me, by the way, and just watch it out of morbid curiosity, I would have probably tried to buy at the IPO and then sold it earlier today and walked away and have a nice day. But everyone's different, and just because that works for me doesn't mean it's going to work for you. Ultimately, this is about making an informed decision, right? Yes, it probably is going to be a real world-changing stock, but I don't even think it's making a profit right now. And I just wonder that given the live market cap being around the same size as Amazon and bigger than Meta and all these other massive companies that are actually making some serious money, whether it's the right place to be. Anyway, quick update. Hope you found that useful. Catch up with you soon and have a great weekend wherever it is you are. Take care.